gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What it is, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is today, and I'm gonna tell you what it ain't. What it is real talk in real life by a real one who really did it. I think I did it, right? I did that, right? And what it ain't is added preservatives, no bullshit. We ain't talking a whole lot of mierda over here, homes. We're not gonna give you false claims or frivolous acts. What we're gonna give you is real life, real talk, right? Gunner's profiles. And for those of you who haven't heard my story, refer to part 1 and part 2. They're already on here. They're on the lista. Just look. So I can't find them. Well, get your fucking antennas up right there when you're looking. Just go open your eye, clean your lentes. Boom, it's right there. Here's part 3. This is how it goes. This is life after level 4, right? Menudo. And I felt that if for no other reason I should profile myself, because there's a lot of people out there that want to know what's my mind state, want to know what makes up the gunner. You know what I mean? What makes up the Skinner to the gunner to the whatever I fucking called myself. I've had so many different names, I can't call it. And this is the real. This is the real. This is life after a level 4. I went to prison. I went through the CYA, the California Youth Authority. Man, it was a dangerous place. I had to go through all that. I had to suffer. I suffered as a youth. I didn't have familia in my corner. There was no familia right there backing my play. I was all on my lonesome. I was all on my only, right? I did what I had to do, and I grew up, and I adapted to my surroundings, my area, wherever the fuck I was at, homes. I was able to wiggle. I was able to blend in and do my thing. Of course, I went through a lot of bloodshed, man, shedding blood and getting my blood shed. I went through a lot of guerra, a lot of war, a lot of enemigos, whatever you want to call them. I called him the adversary. Fuck it. Don't even call him. You could call on Tyrone. Don't even call on Tyrone. Let's just get that shit. We handled business. Now, going through all that frivolous acts as a kid hardened my heart and made me different. I was a certified bona fide YA baby. Getting out of prison, getting out of YA, I went directly. The transition was smooth like a culebra slithering, right? I transitioned right into prison. Next thing you know, I'm in the penitentiary. I'm doing things on level 3 yards, on level 4 yards. What's a level 1 yard? I don't know what a level 1 or 2 yard is. I never got that action, homes. But what the action I did get was a whole lot of that action was going down. Everybody was doing what they did, and me being a norteño at the time, gang banging 101, I was really with the businessman. I was striving to become someone that I ended up not becoming. But I was striving, I was a true believer in my people, and my people were true believers in me, at least at the time. And that's all I could ask for. The canalismo was real. So getting out of prison several times, catching a violation, going back, getting in, getting out, getting in, when I got out, when I got in. There was a lot that was going on. I started to have children, right? I had a daughter, then I ended up having another daughter, right? To what degree of daughter, and the second one I can't call it because it's never been proven. But I did have kids. Okay, and when you start to have kids, your mind state starts to change. You start to live for something else other than the gang to which you claim or what you're dedicated to. Now, I didn't stop it. When I had my first daughter, hey, guess what, homies? I'm a fucking dad, eh? You know what I mean? I thought it was cool. I thought, hey, that proved I wasn't out there fucking, right? That proved it. So I don't even need to talk about it, homie. I'm going to be about it, right? But in a menudo style, man, I should have been a better parent at that time. I should have thought more of my kid instead of just trying to show, hey, look at me, hey, watch my baby, you know what I mean? I was like a baboso, and you learn that over time as you get older. I never focused on that. I never focused on the parenting. I never focused on, real life. I was living in a fantasy land, eh? I was living in a norteño world, right? And I was doing my thing, and ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being dedicated to something that's bigger than you and greater than you. But at the same time, what about me? You need to give yourself, your familia, the kids that you're out there having, attention and love. And I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't, but at the same time, I didn't give enough like I should have, and that's my own fault. And I reap what I sow, and I suffer every day for this shit, man, right? Anyways, so trip out. I'm in and out of prison, right? I'm not necessarily in my family's life like I should be, man. I'm riffraff, man. I'm basura. That's what I call it, right? I'm trash, man. That's the definition of trash. Someone who's really not there for the gente that they brought into this world. Someone who really ain't doing like they're supposed to. You know what I mean? But I'm not here to fucking add preservatives and bullshit you guys when I say so. That's just what it was, right? Shit changed over time. So anyways, I go into prison. The last time on a violation. Okay? And this is after I done already fell off. This is after, man, I did my red on red. I was deemed no good. I'm no longer in good standings. And I would go out, right? And I don't go run and hide. Who can you run to? I'm gonna tell you where I ran to 13th Street, right there in Merced, across from the post office, in the fucking ghetto apartments with cucarachas everywhere. That's where I posted up. That's where I was at. I was right there in the barrio, in the area, in the west side of Merced, man. I wasn't running nowhere, Holmes. Wasn't no one gonna roll me up out the car. So there are no fucking 50-50 yards on the streets, right? You're either there or you're not. I was there. I was transitioning back and forth from Merced to Livas, Livingston, with a dangerous ass place. Respects to Livas. I don't want none of that smoke, right? They're dangerous. But we were all chilling. Me and my homeboys that I still kept around me, some active, some non-active. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Their names don't need to be spoken on because that's good. I don't want to get them whacked. Anyway, so we're all chilling and living that best life on the west side. And I'm not getting, no one's tripping on me really. There's some vatos that are whispers, Sasuke, but I'm a fuck one of those guys that I could hear whispers from 10 miles away. So I'm paranoid, right? So I was known to do bad things to people if I thought they were going to do bad things to me. I made that first move. I made my next move my best move because at the same time, I'm trying to go, I like that vato, so I got a life, right? And I want to live mine. Now, I'm not going to go out there and cause any problems, get involved in anything that doesn't involve me, but at the same time, hey, I'm 10 toes to the motherfucking concrete with the toenails clamped, right? And I need to know what is going on around me porque I have to live. I got a vida, right? So trip out, my life changes. Okay, my life changes. I'm out and I'm still into the bullshit, right? I might not have been an active norteño, but I still thought I was, right? I still was having red paños in the house. I still was on my gangbanging shit. I couldn't let it go. Okay, you gotta understand, I never turned Christian in jail. I never rolled it up in jail. I never fucking told on anyone in jail. This was not my get down. This was merely a red on record. I had get backs, Vato. I felt like I did at least. But this was at the time before buy-ins, before fucking coming back, before anything that they got going on now, supposedly and allegedly. So I kind of was on my own, Humps. You know what I mean? Hey, you ain't buzzing, cousin. I had lost my buzz as far as the Norteño movement. I was kind of on my own. The homeboys that did come around me, they used to be like, paper, rock, scissors, paper, rock, scissors. But they were still they were doing their thing. I was kind of, left to my own devices. And my devices were I was still in the dope game. I was still in the game out there trying to move weight, allegedly. I still was toting things, you know what I mean? I was living that life. Only I was looked at by my own people as not being able to live that life. So that's good. But like I said, man, just because you dropped out don't mean one day you can't drop in. You know what I mean? So people were aware. They were aware of what I was doing, but they weren't bothering me because they felt like I wasn't posing a threat to what they had going on. As long as they didn't see me, so I was okay, everything was going to be all right. And it wasn't like I was hiding. Like I said, I was right there on the west, man, just maintaining. I had my little familia, my baby. I was chilling. Well, when you start to live that life, you're going to find yourself caught up. There's going to be a lot of struggle, man. Everything that you accumulate when you're out there doing fucking bozo shit and riffraff shit, you're not going to have nothing to show for. And this is exactly what was happening. So, hey, I told my lady, where's that Gucci belt I bought, bitch? What Gucci belt? The one, the one spelled the Gucci. I don't know, I haven't seen it. I can't have shit around this camp. Hey, everything I buy with my dope money, it just disappears. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, her Sancho's over there, hey, what is a Gucci, right? One never knows, that's one, right? Anyways, I was going through my own struggles at home with my chick. We were on and off again and off and on again. You know what I mean? And I was in and out again all the time. And everything was living out the way it was supposed to be living out. But I didn't have my mind right. I wasn't correctly doing what I was supposed to do. Right? I found myself getting involved in a lot of frivolous activity. A lot of activity that didn't concern me, but I concerned myself with it because I thought it was bad. That's what it all boils down to. No, I had a preservatives right here on Gunner's profile. Straight up. This is the gun. Yeah. I keep it real. I thought I was bad. I thought I was still somebody, right? And in this world, everybody is somebody, but I wasn't that somebody anymore. I didn't have that status in the town anymore. I wasn't looked at as a homeboy like, damn, everyone was loyal to me and everybody had love for me. And I used to walk into the party and vatos used to say, yay, yay. I wasn't that one anymore. I was just another old washed up ass homeboy, man, that better stay the fuck up out the way before we bop your whole chin off, right? That's the type of homeboy. That was my new nickname. You better stay the fuck out the way before we bop your whole chin off, gun, right? So I used to be, I stood out the way. But when the homeboys left, the little homeboys, The wind blew. I came back around again. That's just what it was, man. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, I wasn't dipping and dashing and moving with a whole lot of energy, bro. I was just right there where I was. Period, plain and simple. So what really changed my mind state and really changed me into the man I am now was one day I'm kicking back, right? And there's some youngsters, okay? They weren't young norteños. They weren't young Southsider homes. They were just young kids, man. And I remember I'd see them hang around the apartment complex where I lived. And I lived in some the ghetto. Like fucking, like, they should have been in that. They should have made the video right there in my apartment. It was ghetto, right? Didn't matter how much times I tried to paint, cucarachas just floated through. It was just bad, right? It was bed bugs. You throw my. I was living my worst life. You know what I mean? So they ate, the cucarachas ate more food in the house than I did. It was bad, right? So anyways, I'm kicking back right there con un loaf of bread and some peanut butter, and that's all I had. And these youngsters used to hang around outside. I think they were taggers. I think they used to spray paint, but they'd all be kicking back. And one day I smelled Yesca, right? And I've never been a big weed guy. I've never been my stilo. But I smell it, right? It smells like the cryptochromolite, right? So I go out there, I'm like, hey, on Paru, what are you guys doing out here in my apartment complex, right? Like the old viejito that I thought I was. They're like, hey, man, get in there, fucking old-timer homes, OG. You know what I mean? You don't know what time it is, right? And so I was like, let me go pull out the biggest fucking knife I ever had in my dish rack, right? And I came out like, on Miguel Myers shit. Hey, you talking to me, right? And of course, I got to chop it up with these youngsters. They were cool. But they were on the brink of gangbanging. So I sat them down one day, right? They were all drinking beer and smoking, and I kicked it with them. I chopped it up. And I said, let me tell you guys a story, right? Let me tell you a story about this cat that I know. I didn't tell him it was my story, right? So I ran him down in detail all about the murder that this youngster did at the age of 11, him going down south, having to go through everything that he went through, stabbings, battery packings, getting hurt, not having familia to turn to or to run to, never people sending feria to his books, not getting visitas, but maybe once or twice a year if he was lucky, nobody writing him letters, not even knowing where his jefita had moved to, just losing all contact with his siblings, and then getting out and thinking he was that one and thinking he was harder than motherfucking Stone Cold Steve Austin on the Rock. Finally, right? He was back in the town with a Mongolian whipping his head back and forth, and guess what happened? He found himself incarcerated over and over and over again, to which ultimately at the end, everything that he believed in, everything that he bled for, everything, they just turned their back on him and told him, fuck you, right? And so now he was having to worry about every single day, man, if it was his last, because of a situation he put himself in. He couldn't be the fucking proper father to his children because he couldn't take them certain places because he had to watch out. And they were just like this. They were mesmerized. And I remember that impacted him. I remember their little leader. Everybody has a little shot caller. So the llavero, right? The real one. Not the one not the guys who fake like they were one. I'm talking about the real one. He was the little llavero for him. He stood up and he was like, bro, who's that story about? And I said, that's my story, bro. That's me. And he's like, damn, bro, you should be a motivational speaker. I should spell motivational, right? And he said, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to gangbang like that. I said, look, I'm not here to turn you off or poison you away from whatever you want to do. It's your life ultimately. But I'm telling you right now, my life ain't even over yet, man. It's time for me to make some moves and shower shoes, some power moves, vatos. It's time. So I'm trying to pull hoes and strippers wearing Gucci slippers. You feel me? I'm trying to live my life to the best I can, and I just want to give back to the raza, to the young homies, man. So think about it. It's just a story, Hey, look, there was 5 of those kids. I know all 5 of them by name. I know all 5 of them right now. One of them is locked up for life. Okay? He didn't listen. Babos had wax going in his ears, and fucking maybe a cucaracha crawled in his ear. I don't know. At the end of the day, he didn't listen. Of course he didn't listen. What the fuck? He couldn't hear me. But you don't hear me, orale ranio. He didn't hear me, yo. He was acting like Jokuli. The other one's a lawyer. One of them is a paralegal. Probably for that lawyer, right? Another one works as a garbage man, right? And another one, last time I checked, bro, he was still going to school to be some type of doctor or something. Like some big time shit. You know what I mean? So this guy, I need to borrow money from him one day. The moral of the story is 4 out of those 5 guys listened to the words that were coming out of my mouth. And that let me know right there, there was a bigger purpose for the gun. There was a bigger purpose for me in life. you know? And of course, I didn't transition right from fucking that into being some type of, hey, for the people, by the people, Charlie, fuck the people is how I felt. So I was like, do you got money? Right? That's all I cared about. For a long time, I didn't even heed my own story, listen to my own words. You know, I was too busy telling other people my story and helping them to help myself. Eventually, one day I woke up and I said, I'm tired, Vato Sasuke. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of going through all Sasuke. But can we be friends? I'm tired, right? I need a platform to voice my opinion. I need to go out there and help some gente. And I did that, right? I did that in various different outlets. You know, I looked shit up. So I was, maybe I could help over here. Maybe I could donate a little something, something. So I did a little bit. It made me feel good about myself. That's all that matters. As long as you feel good about yourself. Fuck what everyone else thinks. Fuck what everyone else thinks. Let me see some receipts. Fact, receipts. Here's a receipt from Taco Bell. I ate fucking a Mexican pizza today. I said, no, not them type of receipts. You know what I mean? I don't know what you mean. Now I know because I'm all up on the game with these youngsters. But before I didn't know what they meant. So I'm old school, bro. A receipt, just get throw that shit out the window as soon as I get it. You know, at McDonald's, when you pick up your food and you try to be slick, you come up the receipt, just drop it right there. So that's good. Keep it real. You already know how we get down. Anyways, I say that whole story to say this, okay? As I end my profile, part 3 of the gun. I can't say, and that's how the story is. The story's ongoing. You know, I was able to jump on YouTube. I was able to facilitate my 2 channels. And to make it work for me, I was able to reach a lot of gente. Every day I have people reach back to me. Hey, bro, you help me every day. You're funny. You're this, you're that. My story has not ended. It's still being written. I'm writing it every fucking day. What the side again in that fashion. One day I'll write a book. Maybe even make a movie. They say I look like Tom Selleck. You know what I mean? One day I'll do something. But at the end of the day, what matters is that people are hearing the message. The message I'm pushing is the unity of the raza, not necessarily north and south. Don't get that shit twisted. Norteños and Sureños, hey, you're poisoning our manpower. Fuck no, bro. Do your guys a thing, bo. Handle your business. You know what I mean? Let's get back your pants, the better. Do what you do, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is the unity of the raza, all the gente, you know, your neighbor, your vecino, vatos that you don't even talk to, but you still both work in the fields, homes. You still both work as mechanics. You just never talk to them because traditionally Mexicanos, Chicanos are always trying to mind their own business because their name's Bennett. They're not trying to be up in it. So I know he says droga porque fuck it, eh? You know what I mean? Meanwhile, he's smoking a leño. Well, he could be your connect. You never know. Hook up. Unite. Raza, right? Anyways, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it all comes down to the people, man. And that's the narrative I push. I'm not trying to obstruct nobody from doing their thing. I'm not trying to hate on anyone. All I'm saying is when the day ends, you know what I mean? We're all brown and proud. At least I am. You know, yay, yay. And I'm going to continue to be like that. Anyways, with that being said, that concludes Gunner's profile. You know, that's part 3. That's how I ended up. Like I said, the story must live on. It must go on. And I thought I'd just put that out there for the gente, for the people, so that way you know, a lot of that I went through. You know, I went through a lot of shit, man. Shit that could fucking got people shook up from the foot up. You know what I mean? Things that you can't even imagine. There's a lot of things I can't even put out there because, you know, I like my freedom. And there's a lot of things I won't put out there because I'm not trying to get other people incarcerated or caught up. That's not my get down, man. My get down is just doing me and me doing this, what I'm doing right here. And that's reaching back and reaching out to the gente. You already know what it is, man. I know I'm getting all positive and shit, but you see? The gun doesn't have to be funny all the time. Or does he? One never knows, does one? Menudo. With that being said, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that you go out there and you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, life after level 4, man, is what you make of it. I'm still making it right now. I ain't went back to prison in years, Vato. Why? Because I don't want to go back. My children need me, and I need them more than they need me. They just don't know that yet. So especially when my daughters get older, so let's go to college and get feria, pay my rent. You owe me. You know what I mean? For all them honeycombs and them fucking cookie crisp. You know what it is. If you do like this content, man, please hit that like. Man, I highly appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. If not, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy as the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to do me anyways. With that being said, I'm the gun. Hey, yay, yay. Bang, bang. Look what it says in the back. Wife's to the tacos.